Okay, so hi everyone. So my name is Jamie, and in Superstar SMTOWN, Superstar JYP Nation, Superstar BTS, and Superstar Pledis, I am known as Image with a J. Okay, and yeah. So welcome to what I want to do, the Superstar Rhythm Games podcast. I'll come up with a better name at some point. Maybe like I don't know, SSRG podcast. Let's just go with that. Welcome to the SSRG podcast. This is pretty much going to be me wanting to talk about these 4 games that, made by Dalcomsoft Incorporated, the boys up there in Korea. So, they update the game every week, and as the game becomes more popular, there's going to be more people who come in and want to figure out what everything in the game is about. And with updates each and every week, sometimes we'll get really big updates, which is what we're going to be focusing on for this episode, specifically for Superstar JYP Nation. So, it's going to be very casual, it's going to be very laid back, and from me, talking from my point of view, for me as a player, I am good at tap, but I am bad at upgrade. That's basically how I define myself. So, for me, I'm not too much of a, one of the older players who has, like, R99 everything. But, I still have enough of my time and, dedicated to this game, time and effort for me to have some sort of a valid, hopefully unopinionated opinion. So, yeah, let's just get into it. And of course, this is going to be the first podcast of August 22nd, 2019. So, on this week, we're going to start with Superstar JYP Nation. So, with Superstar JYP Nation, they just did this really big update that pretty much got rid of the My Records and the World Records and just replaced the system with something entirely different. So the game looks kind of weird right now, but it's something we have to kind of get used to. So let's go with this. So you got the normal updates with Stray Kids new theme, song titled 19, theme of the same name, and then an event for finding them. And I guess the other thing that's kind of cool is the 2019 premium card pack got added to the game. So that pretty much just means that they're going to be planning on adding that into Superstar SMTOWN soon as well. But of course, onto the very big thing, the update version 2.9.0. So the first thing to talk about is Masters Arena, but I will save that one for last because not everyone is going to be able to be participating in that. So the first thing that everyone can see is that as soon as you get into the music select, you'll be able to see the My Records or the World Records and whatever's changed with that. So with the My Records, instead of having one world record that has been saved since like the beginning of time, the beginning of your own like account creation, and maybe you've played like this one song that you only scored like 68,000 points on because you couldn't even 3-star it at that point, or you were really bad at SP. But instead they changed it to a monthly personal high score, which I think is pretty cool considering how most of the time when you play a song with challenges, you kind of don't really want to touch it again. And having monthly high scores also helps you keep track of your progression. Like, imagine if we had this in the game like a year ago. Imagine like in October last year, you had like 2.7 million on Twice, and then in December you had like 3.2 million, and then in January you hit like 3.6 million. So you can see like the kind of progression of how you upgrade your cards. And for the groups that you have somewhat of a slightly bigger jump for, those ones I think are going to be even cooler because it's kind of like you get to keep track of your scores, and then you get to pretty much just see, whoa, I upgraded this, or I finally full SP'd this song on this day. That's why there's a whole bunch of zeros at the end, something like that. But, you know, keeping track of your own personal progression throughout a year is pretty cool in my opinion. And along with that, they also have the monthly challenge score, which I think is kind of a cool way of trying to get you to play every single song in the game. Because right now people, you know, technically the bare minimum for you to be a Master 3 player is for you to have go into the game every week, play 5 songs, one from five artists. So then like just one song for 5 artists, and that's your weekly league, and then you can like, you know, log off until next week. Technically you can only do like 1 day a week, and if you do that, the main game, which would be the weekly league, that would already be completed. So having the My Record edition of the monthly challenge score is gonna be somewhat cool. So each and every song will have a different base minimum score. Like some will have 2.5 million, some of them will have like 3 or 3.3 million, something like that. But those are all like easily doable. The incentive is for you to go across the entire, you know, set list that is in the game. You know, I think it's kind of cool because like if you are someone who works at DocoMoFoft, imagine you create this beat map, and just because the song is unpopular, no one will play your beat map. Like maybe there's some really fun beat maps out there that, you know, people don't know about because they just haven't played the song, or they don't play the song that often, or they haven't played the song in like 4 months or something like that. Like, when's the last time you've played like a Bike Yerin song? Or when's the last time you played 2434? What is that? Who's that? Who's your mama? Something like that. From SJYP. Like those songs are like kind of neglected unless you absolutely have those artists in your top 5. But otherwise, it's like when's the last time you played Nakjun or Nikhyun? Like hopefully the system will have you be playing that. And even if you're like thinking about, oh, what if my challenges get reset? Because this is an additional one. This does not replace your previous score challenges. You can just play normal mode or easy mode or something, and if you have a high scoring deck, you can just, you know, reach that. So I think this is pretty cool. I mean, and also it's just, you know, more rewards. It's fine. And the world record change. The world record change is so the leaderboards from 1 through 100 are removed, but they're actually not removed. They're only removed on the music select screen. They're moved to the Hall of Fame screen, which is in a different place. But the new world records, the first person to reach that score will be the #1 world record holder. So that part has not changed. That also like still applies if like in the middle of the month a bonus comes up, and then you reach world record. So during those, so like currently there's not that much of a change. I think the major change is going to be the last part of this section where they talk about how world records #1 and everyone who ties #1 will all receive the same rewards for having the world record, for being a world record holder, which like there's like 100 power-up cards, some R tickets, R grade tickets, but I think the more important one would be the 100 diamonds. So imagine having R99 twice, and they have like 50 something songs. I don't know exactly. I should probably check, but you know, let's say they're like 57 songs, and the reward's like 100 diamonds. So that is 5,700 diamonds. Like, if you, of course, only if you full SP. Pretty much only if you full SP every single song, but still, that's a lot of diamonds at the end of each month. So yeah, that's something to work towards. Definitely something to work towards. And yeah, So that's pretty much, these kinds of things are just the world record change is pretty much like only for the people who have R99 across like 6 different groups, and then they're like running out of stuff to do. It's pretty much only gauged for those kinds of players. If you're a new player, this change probably does not affect you at all. The only thing that probably changed is that oh yeah, so then each world record for you to place, you also need to hit a minimum, which is different for each song. So like I think for most of them it's like 5 million. So like if a new song is updated and you're like a new player and you're like, oh my gosh, I got like 32nd place with 1.8 million score, that won't show up anymore because you would need 5 million to place on the world record board anyways. So new players, this one probably doesn't matter as much, but the only concern I would have with this is how it might separate the people who have played for a longer amount of time. They would like keep getting richer with more diamonds, and then the people who are still new are still trying to play catch up. I mean, it's something to reward the new players. I mean, something to reward the old players who have spent and worked on more than just standing a single group, which I think is kind of cool. But we'll see how this turns out once, more events come in, and we'll see how people spend those 5,000 something diamonds that they get each and every month for free. I mean, time and effort, but still free compared to, $80 for 1,200 diamonds. And the other change that's added is the Masters Arena, which again is geared towards those people who are running out of stuff to do, like the people who start maxing out every single thing. So before, the SSL would be completely dependent upon whether or not your rerolls can hit twice. Pretty much if they can hit twice, or like GOT7, or like Stray Kids, or 2PM, just the bigger groups. Whether or not your rerolls can hit the bigger groups, and if you can full SP them, then you will be guaranteed to have a higher score than any other person, because they do not have that group scoring bonus, so they cannot beat your score even if they also full SP. So I think Masters Arena is just, they don't want to add like, I don't know, like a Dalcom Arena or like a Superstar League. No wait, no, not Superstar League is Superstar League. I mean like Grandmaster League or something like that. Because right now, like the percentage of players to get into Masters League, there is a huge score difference between first place and 15th place. And if they added another league, that would just create like it would like have the top scoring players go up first, obviously, but then in the end it would have a league that's filled with people with nothing but R99, and it would just depend upon which group has bonuses that week, or whether or not your group has 9 members, or more cards. So I think Masters Arena would be a good workaround for that. The only problem is that we really don't know what's going on in this league yet. Like, you have a different system because it's going to be a different game mode, but nothing about how the rewards are or how the rewards will affect the game. We have artist tickets and member tickets that have been added to the special section of the recommended store, but those ones are like, we don't know how, what's the word for it? How easily obtainable they are. Because right now, the way we look at it is kind of insane. I kind of don't want to get into it right now because it's already a lot of time spent talking about this entire update, because there's other big parts. But I think for those things, in the upcoming weeks when they get put into action, then we'll figure out, how good that stuff are. So, other thing, rehearsal mode, I guess it's kind of cool. I guess it's kind of cute. It's like custom modes, pretty much. It's like, if I have an R99 deck, how will I play? Probably still just as bad. Sorry, I didn't mean that. But, the fact that it doesn't give, like, anything at all, it's kind of like, I think if they have, like, at the very least, it should be, like, the unequipped cards RP gain. And yeah, like at least something. That's just absolutely nothing. It's like, I would only play if I was absolutely bored and I didn't want to grind and I was playing with someone and we wanted to compare scores. That's probably it. Yeah, so I guess that's it for Superstar JYP. More stuff comes in the upcoming weeks. I'll be sure to talk about it then. But yeah, that's all for this one. And next one will be Superstar Pledis. So we just got back from, I think, 5 weeks of 17 updates, maybe 6. I think 5 for sure, because we had the 3 subunits and then we had the 2 weeks of 17 hit, and now it's newest again, newest, however you want to say that. So the state of Pledis, I think everyone kind of figures out how it's getting in, like what direction it's heading towards, because 17 is the most popular group in that, pretty much like the reason why people would download it. But the problem with how the Superstar games are is that 13 member groups are super expensive. And the way Pledis is right now, the upgrading costs are also super expensive. So, it's kind of stagnant in terms of what kind of updates there are. But, really, is there any, because you have to think about the percentage of the player base. Like, how many players have 17 member profile pictures, or how many people only play 17 songs? Like, the only people who would play Reina or Bumzu are people who understand that card member groups that have less cards are easier to upgrade and advance your score with. So if you don't play the game for the game, then you would be, most of the time people are playing the game for the artists. And the fact is that people play the game for 17, and slightly less amount of people play the game for New East, and almost no one else plays the game for anyone else. I don't mean to attack your group or whichever artist you prefer. I like Orange Caramel, I like Pristin, but think about the percentage of the players who download the game only to play those artists. It's probably not too much compared to all the people who download the game to play 17. So that's just how this game works, honestly. Just PUC this week, I guess that's cool. But hit verse 2. That's pretty much this game. We'll see next week. Maybe I just want them to up music update Pristin We Like, because I still have not SR graded my entire Pristin group, because I really want that theme and song to be updated, and then we'll see how it goes. But yeah, so that's it for Pledis. And BTS next. So in the past week there have been talks of Big Hit Entertainment buying the game company that made Pianista, which is another rhythm game. So that already made people question the direction that Superstar BTS is gonna go. So of course the verse 2 updates have been coming out for a while now, and there has not really been an actual event. It's only been push time thing, but it's uninteractive, and time zones kind of suck. For me, I have to wait until 2 a.m. 2 a.m. is not that bad, but imagine if you live in Hawaii and you have to go until 5 a.m. I mean, it's either waking up staying up late, waking up early, or somewhere in between, or you're in the middle of school and you're not gonna go to the bathroom every day, take a bathroom break just to open up Superstar BTS. That's kind of, time zones suck on an international game. So the push time event, could be better. But Dope Verse 2 this week, it's not that hard, honestly. Most Verse 2 songs are hard. This one wasn't that bad. And yeah, the other thing that I've been really concerned about more so is the memberships, the diamond memberships. This is the 4th one since BTS's comeback 2 months ago. And then it was the Persona membership, which featured the member images that show up when they're your star member at the end. at the end of a song. It's like, oh, high scoring card member grade stuff or whatever. And yeah, those are the only ones that are like actual unique kind of pictures, because the other three were the June and the July memberships, which had the LE for the Rose one, which I think is like the first LE for Persona, and then Theme 2 for Persona, which is the Wineglass one, as the July membership. And then just this week is the images for the Summer Limited Edition theme, also for Persona. So, like, what's all these memberships? Like, there's memberships for a game that's like, I don't know. I want more stuff to play. I want more stuff to do, not more stuff to equip limited edition profile pictures with. That's easy and kind of lazy. So, next week, yeah. And the last big one that I want to talk about is Superstar SMTOWN. So, this is the last week of the 5th anniversary, and it is also coinciding with Red Velvet's The Reve Festival Day 2 comeback. So that one has Oompa Oompa, which is an amazing song. Please, that's really good. And the limited edition theme for this week is EXO 8, which the only other limited edition theme they have is EXO Wait from last year's Christmas. So this current theme is really good. Like, here, let me just look at that theme. It's real beautiful. So a lot of people are trying to collect it. It's just that good. It's probably like the best limited edition theme they've made. So yeah, and also Oompa Oompa is a normal theme, because they already did a limited edition theme for week 1 of the anniversary festival. And I'm pretty sure if they did not do Red Velvet for the first week, then they would have this comeback LE be an LE. I don't know. And then they'll probably release the Sunny Side Up as a separate normal theme a bit later. It's like crunched for time a bit with how they want to advertise their anniversary alongside the actual SMTOWN artist releases. So this is okay, I guess. The timing could have been better. We could have gotten better artists, like more variety, because everyone knew it was going to be Red Velvet, everyone knew it was going to be EXO, everyone knew it was going to be NCT. It's just a matter of, you know, when and which themes and which songs would be updated. So not much to say about this. The anniversary event as a whole, 900,000 RP from the goods booth, and like 1,500 or 1,000, I think 1,000 diamonds from the lighted up event, which a lot of people thought it was bad. I don't know why. It's diamonds. You just log in, and and get 300 more diamonds from actually lighting it up. So that event, like, there's a whole bunch of free stuff given away. Like, if you had not gone for any of these limited edition themes, then this event was amazing for you. But, you know, most people spent their diamonds on the LE themes, and they end up with less than how they started with. Especially after 3 weeks of POC, they probably don't notice just how much RP this event gives you. They like just upgrade and then be like, oh, you know, I have R21, R31, yay, that kind of stuff. And then they don't realize that they could upgrade that much because of all the 300,000 RPs they're getting each week. So, there's a lot of stuff. There's honestly a lot of free stuff given out for this. Limited edition themes, they're, you know, you don't need to get them. You can want them, you don't need them. So, you know, you're still getting the music updates. The theme is a limited edition theme, you don't need it. And you spend diamonds for it, then it's you choosing to use your resources that way. So, you can get it to celebrate and remember, hey, we were here since the 5th anniversary. But, you know, everything else, all the resources they gave you was a lot. Really generous, honestly. But as the last week of the festival, this is kind of honestly. The second week was kind of fun, but, you know, with 2 limited edition theme updates, probably because they couldn't choose between NCT 127 or NCT Dreams. They just did both. This week's real boring. You just gotta wait for it to pass. But overall, as an event, I think it's really good. So yeah, so that's probably all there is to talk about for now. I think I did a little bit too much talking for JYP Nation. Hopefully I'll sort it out at some other point. But in terms of in terms of how I want to talk about how I want to do this, give me some time. I'll figure out how to word things better, how to, sort time out for things better, and probably talk about more smaller stuff. But in general, just talking about this kind of stuff, it's nice to talk about each and every update every week. So yeah, in the future I'll also try to do it as soon as the last game of the 4 updates during a week. So, we'll have kind of fresh opinions on how the updates go. So yeah, that's it for now. Thank you for listening, and thank you for listening to the the SSRG podcast. So yeah, I'll do this again next week, and then we'll see what happens with the games then. All right, thank you.